Okay. Okay, today's Friday. I've not seen any trackers since last Friday. It's very strange. So last Friday they were on me real heavy. I don't know, 7 to 15 different faces and vehicles. I say 7 to 15 because some of them I can't be 100% sure, especially if they were a new vehicle that they threw into play. And the funny thing about last Friday was all three of the videos that I made that were really good, I kept getting their plate numbers, their faces, their vehicles. And then when I got back to internet to go ahead and upload them, out of the 10 videos that I had on the cell phone, those were the only 3 that I couldn't get up. There were a lot of corrupted files. There were probably about 5 or 6 videos that were saying corrupted file. And like I said, the funny thing about that is some of the corrupted files were on the cell phone and some of them were on the memory card. So that's also strange to me. Why not all of the videos on phone and the card? Why is it only certain videos that were being corrupted? So I just thought that was pretty strange, considering, and I did not expect them to just all of a sudden stop on Friday, and I don't know that they did. Maybe they're just better at what they're doing. Maybe they took 2 of the agencies out and only allowing 1 to keep trailing me because they don't want to be so obvious. Let's see if this guy's one of them right here. No. Okay. So I'm expecting to see them. It's a Friday. My only other best guess is that they're all on vacation. Maybe they're all Christians. So they take the holidays and they don't work and they'll be back to bust my balls next week. I don't know. I don't want to let my guard down because I don't know what to expect. I don't know what they got going. I'll say that I did find some other things that they were trying to set me up on. I don't think they were successful, but I know they were trying. And some of it goes back quite a few years. Because it goes back to 2008, 2009, when my MJO contractors email got stolen from me, and there was a lot of fucky things that were happening back then. So, let's see. It's not too bad. Keep it right about there, I guess. Yeah, so back in the day, they got my MJO email account, and I fucked with them for a couple months anyways. I went back and forth. So at that time, they also took over my Craigslist account, because I used to have the Craigslist account that I used to advertise on, and I used to do shit like that. But at the time I was dating and doing a lot of dating, so I was also on dating sites. So I didn't know if it had something to do with that at the time. You know, I didn't know what the hell was going on. I just knew I was being followed, tracked, and fucked with. So I figured, you know, at the time it could have been one of the girls I was dating, it could have been one of their ex-boyfriends or something along those lines that was better with the technology than I was, and they were able to go in and steal my accounts. And when they say steal them, they don't necessarily steal them. I still would have access to it, but all of a sudden you would start getting messages from people saying that you messaged them things, and you're like, no, I didn't. I never said that. You know, someone says, oh, what happened? I thought you were gonna. They'll call me on the phone, for example, and say, what happened? I thought you were gonna meet me at such and such a place. And I'd be like, what are you talking about? I'd say, yeah, you emailed me, you know? They're like, no, I didn't email you. I swear I didn't email you. I'm gonna have to turn this. People coming. So I thought that, you know, was a little weird back then that was happening. But then I got used to it. I was new to the internet at that time too. And I just thought it was funny that they were able to break into the accounts and get into them all. Okay, so then you flash forward to about maybe 2011. Yeah, something like that. I think it was in 2011 that they stole some of my other accounts. How are you? Hey, guy. They stole my Facebook account. I think it was 2011, 2012, maybe the latest. But all of a sudden, my Facebook account got hijacked, and there were 2 or 3 of me, of my channel, out there, and the same thing was happening. Family and friends would be saying things that we talked about, and I'd be like, and they were simple things too. Morning, how are you? You know, they would be very, they would be fairly simple stuff. In other words, nothing to really be suspicious about, you know? How you been? Where are you living? Are you back in Holyoke now? That kind of stuff. They would ask the fake me, the fake account. You know, they would be talking simple conversations, so they didn't really throw any suspicion up to the people they were talking to. So I caught on to that. I dealt with that for a couple of years anyway, because I wasn't really on Facebook all that much anyway. Then it was about 2015 that I couldn't take it anymore, because all my computer shit was all being stolen. Now, this wasn't just a me thing, this was a lot of people. But a lot of people have things, they own things, they have bank accounts, they have money that people wanted to get in and scam them and steal. I didn't have that, because I didn't have anything. So therefore I could not figure out what the fuck these people were doing. I mean, fine, you want to steal my email and my bank account information and everything, go ahead. I got $12 in the account. I mean, I only kept it open back when I used to get a paycheck because you had to. It was part of the way that they did shit. So, anyway. Yeah, so so when I go back to all those guys that were doing that way back then, and I flash forward to today, to what's going on with me over the last 5-6 years now, with these guys following me so heavily, because they did the same fucking thing with the YouTube account. They broke in and they took over the YouTube account. Doesn't mean that I can't get in there. They didn't keep me out of it. They just wanted to portray that they were me. So when they first broke into the YouTube account, it's probably about 5-6 years ago when they first did it, when I first set it up. And you know, I didn't know what to make of it because I didn't have any subscribers at the time. I only had, I think, 1 subscriber when that happened first. And that 1 subscriber was me from another YouTube channel. That was just a backup channel that I created. I see a gray truck up there pulling out of that side street that they always hide on. I can't say if it's him or not, it's too far away. Anyway, so anyway, I wouldn't even have made that big of a deal out of the YouTube channel getting stolen. But what happened was, YouTube stopped allowing me to go in there. It wasn't like the email when it got stolen, or the Craigslist account, or the Facebook account. When those got stolen, I shouldn't say stolen because I still had access to them. But what YouTube did that was different was I was banned and locked out of my own account when my account got stolen. So they said, we want you to prove that you're you because you're signing in all these different places, they claimed. At that point, I had already knew not to trust YouTube or Google or anybody else because they're all fucking liars. Yeah, that gray truck stayed there for a long time. So I'm going to be expecting to see a gray truck. No, not this truck. I don't think. No. No, it was a dark gray truck. He took the turn. Yeah, so I could not get back into the YouTube account until I proved that it was me. So I had to jump through some hoops. I proved that it was me. And what had happened was they showed me all the other places where I was supposedly signing in from. Now I had to go and prove that those people were not me. That was another thing that was kind of ridiculous, but I had to do it in order to keep the account. And this kept happening for several years, but I stopped fighting it. I stopped fighting it all the time. In other words, when someone goes in and says that they're me, as long as I don't dispute it and I say, fine, whatever. So somebody in Los Angeles is claiming that they're me and they're signing in on my channel, right? Fuck it, let them, whatever. So I kept an eye on my channel the best I could. But having 2,000 to 3,000 videos at a time up on the channel not easy to do. So you just kind of say, fuck them, let them do what they're doing, and we'll see if I can figure out why they're doing it later and all that kind of crap. Which I never really could until now. Morning. Because what they were doing there was they were setting me up. They were setting me up with the email. They were setting me up with the Craigslist. They were setting me up with the Facebook. And they were setting me up on YouTube. For all different kinds of things. I don't even want to say all of them because I don't want to show my hand all the way. But I don't see that it's going to hurt me to talk about some of this shit. Because if it happens to anyone else, you guys should know what the hell's going on. So the things that I'm showing you all the true creator. I'm showing you the true creator, the true creator's work. This is big. This hasn't been shown to you in the way that I'm showing it to you in thousands of years. Thousands of years. And we've been lied to for at least the last, probably I'm going to say 6,000 years we've been lied to about every fucking thing you can think of. Starting with all the religions, okay? And it sucks because I'm in such a predicament because if you bash people's religions, they automatically tone you out and shut you down and they won't listen to nothing you fucking say. There goes the two-tone Subaru. I don't know if it's my guy or not, but so this is hard. I mean, I feel like I need to show this all to you guys, to anybody that will come along. I understand totally that we're all propagandized, brainwashed zombies. I get that. We're all zombie slaves. I totally come to terms with that, so I'm not thinking that I can change that fact either. I'm just hoping to be able to wake up someone, not even a lot of people, but just someone that has enough pull and power in the fucking fake ass system, and maybe they're 3/4 of the way there to seeing it all, like this guy Hancock that I'm making the series to right now. You know, Hancock keeps going back to outer space shit. That's what all these guys keep coming back to. So they realized they were lied to about God. They know they were lied to about Jesus. They know they were lied to about all these other political shit, right? They know the government's all set up to lie to us and to keep us as dumbed down zombie slaves. We call that intelligence. We call that, integrating into the education system and then becoming intelligent, which is totally backwards from what it really actually is. It's really just dumbs us all down so that we believe whatever the fuck they tell us. So that we believe what goes against everything we can see with our own eyes, which is exactly what I'm showing you right now. So this is hard. It's really fucking tough to go through all this. And then for them to be trying to set me up so bad on something over the last 11, 12 years. Fuck, man, 11, 12 years ago, I wasn't even nearly this close. I knew that we were being lied to. I knew the government lies. I knew a lot of the lies, but I still was not even onto the religious lies. I still had in the back of my mind hopes that this was all going to lead back to a God. And it does, in a way. It's just not the God we were told of. And since that time, they've had enough time to implement many, many other falsities further. Like, for example, the Matrix, anybody that wants to give up the idea of a God or leave their faith, they go over to another faith. Science. They call it science. It's just another faith. It's all bullshit. From the math, the math, everything. It's all a fucking lie. And unless anybody's willing to go look for themselves, they're never going to see it. They're just going to keep looking into their fucking cell phones, looking into their televisions, reading their books. It's twisted, man. It's really fucking twisted. I wish everybody would just wake the fuck up. So they tried setting me, so back to these other scumbags. So they tried setting me up on the weed. They tried setting me up on a couple internet scams. They tried to set me up also, another way that I found they were setting me up on, and they're still probably working on this one, I don't know. But the cell phones, every time they break into my cell phones, I would have no choice but to let them, because it would be just an hour or two after I get a new phone. These are burner phones, by the way. They're fucking burner phones. So in other words, they shouldn't be able to get to them. But within hours, they're back in my phone, in a new phone. And they just did it again to me recently, just a couple months ago when I got the new phone. So if you go back and watch my videos, or if anybody's paying attention to any of the shit that I say, and if they didn't delete it yet, because I know I talked about it in a couple of videos, every time I get a new phone, they get an introduction to tagging my phone. They call it in order to start the surveillance on the phone. So I don't think it's to bug it. I don't think they need anything to bug it. But because I don't use the internet on my cell phone, it's just used as only a cell phone. It's not even used as a camera or videos or anything. My cell phone is a stupid old shitty ass old style flip phone, right? And purposely I like those phones. And anyways, you always get the same dude calling. And this was happening for several years now, at least 3 or 4 years. Every time I got a new phone, sometimes 2 phones a year. And every time the same voice would call, same persona, street lingo usually. And I used to think that he was one of them setting me up, but I don't know about that. Because I kept saying to myself, it's kind of weird that they got to go through the trouble of even calling me now, because they don't have to do that with the camera phone. The camera phone, they can tap right into it. And I know when they're into it, because the fucking thing heats up like crazy. It burns out batteries fast. It's like you're running 20 apps in the background, because you probably are. It's just that it's not you running them. So what I started putting together, and I want to investigate this further, but I have to do it from another phone. I don't want to do it from my phone, which is, I'm wondering, are they setting me up on some other kind of drug shit? Because the guy that's calling me, one of the times that he called me, this last time in particular, he was kind of acting like that. He was acting like he didn't know who he was. Hey, yo, what's up, man? What do you need? What do you need, bro? This kind of thing, And I'm like, I don't know. You called me, And he was like, oh, I thought you were somebody else. Somebody called my phone, whatever. But he never knew the guy's name for some reason. That was another strange thing. I now know the guy's name. And I did do a little investigation. And the guy he was thinking that I was a guy named Steven. So he thinks that he's calling Steven. He thinks that Steven's calling him. I have the phone. My name's not Steven, right? So when he calls me, I'm thinking that he's just fucking with me because he's trying to get in to track my phone. I don't think so anymore. I don't think that was it. I think it was another setup. I think what it was another setup that they were trying to put me and show a phone contact on a regular basis with somebody who deals drugs that are way worse than the drugs that I am interested in. Because the only drug I'm interested in is pot. I smoke pot. And that's about it. I don't even like pharmaceuticals. I don't like doctors. I don't like none of that shit. So I'm not into it, But that doesn't mean they can't take me down for it. If they can plant the shit in my vehicle and then prove that I had regular contact with this drug dealer on a regular basis, right? If they can prove all that, and they can, because they have access to my phone and they can go right in on my fucking cell phone and fuck me all they want.
the shed.
Oh, the shedding.
So you ain't gonna fix the tractor, but it can fit a leak. Keep it under cover. Good, how are you? What do you think, buddy? Don't worry too hard, boys.
Take it easy. And remember, Matty, no money, no funny.
Yeah, no, it's been a boring month.
Manuel.
Hey, gun show next weekend.
What the hell does that mean to me?
How you selling?
That might be a good idea.
Trailing the shit out of the skies as usual. Nobody even looks.